Hello and welcome to the Ice Cream Mario Kart Cup. What is the Ice Cream Mario Kart Cup, I hear you ask? Well, we've got 8 members of the Ice Cream team pitted head to head in order to determine who is the best Mario Kart player.
After you, obviously.
After me. I mean, I decided that I just wasn't going to take part because that'd be extremely unfair given how amazing I am at this game. The tournament goes as such. We'll have 2 groups of 4, Group A and Group B. Of those groups, there'll be 2 winners from each, and they will go through to 2 semi-finals. The winner of semi-final 1 and the winner of semi-final 2 will then go head-to-head for the final match. So, the first video in the series is Group A. These 4 players, who you should be seeing on your screen right now, are competing against one another.
Yes.
It is Bridie, it is Toby, Jack, and also Dan. So let's see how they did.
Let's fire up those engines.
Go. Hi guys, and welcome to the Mario Kart Cup. I'm Luke, and I'm joined by Graham here.
Hello!
So, today we have Dan, Bridie, Toby and Jack in Group A. We're going to be playing 4 races in versus race mode, and after 4 races, the 2 players with the most points will go through.
So race 1 in the Mario Kart Cup is the Mario Circuit.
Yeah. I think this one will be a fairly good choice for the starters here, for the less experienced players. Oh, and Bradley's actually had a false start there, so perhaps the favourite of the 4 is actually in last.
Not for long though, it's just all the way halfway through the field.
Yeah. Absolutely, and another thing to note as well, I don't think I have done yet, is that each of these races does contain a total of 12 players, so 8 computer players and 4 human players for these guys. So we could technically have no one finish first in an individual race out of these 4. It could be a computer, which would be the true embarrassment.
Well, we have Jack, who's, well, just as I say that, gets absolutely smashed by, was that a red shell? I didn't see.
Yeah, that was, I think that was Dan. Oh, we've got a lightning here, so everyone's short. So that'll be some computer player at the back.
Dan's got a massive plant.
Yes, and that will increase his speed a little bit. And obviously, no one wants to get near him whilst he's got that as well.
Wow, Toby's clearly a big game player. If absolutely stunk in the test matches before we started the stream, and now he's in 3rd, jostling with Dan for the highest finish of the human players so far.
Absolutely, yeah, it seems so. Yeah, we've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th sort of. Oh, and now Dan's just crept into 1st.
Dan's activated the cheat code, whilst Toby has a boomerang?
Yeah, boomerang is a new item in Mario Kart 8 as well, which is the version we're playing, of course. It gives you a couple of hits, and obviously it comes back to you. I think it gives you 2 or 3 hits. So that's always useful.
Jack is now streaming out into 1st place, while Toby's behind him in 3rd. Dan, just as I say that, takes Toby to 3rd place, whilst the strange squid thing.
Oh, we've got ink spray here. I don't know whether that was Bridie that did that. I didn't quite catch it. It was not Bridie. Must have been a computer player. Sometimes if you've got like ink splattered on your screen, oh wow. And as I was speaking, then there was a bomb that just kind of exploded in at least 3 of their faces. Yeah, if you get splattered with ink and you sort of hit a boost pad, then that will sort of get rid of the ink as well. So that's always a good idea to do.
Just looking at the performances so far, apart from Jack, nobody's doing very well at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just as I said that, Toby says that he was doing so well, but he's now down in 8.
You know, they all have their own retrospective sort of. They all got their own ambitions, shall we say? You know, 8 for Toby might be aspirational.
And I think he just ran someone off the road there, whilst Bridie spins out. Dan has got. It almost looks like the Mario Kart battle sort of mushrooms around him. Is that what that is? Is that like a shield?
Oh yeah. So mushrooms will give you a boot speed, a speed boost.
I like a boot speed. Good boot speed.
Absolutely. So you'll get 3 of them. And the good thing about mushrooms as well is you will not slow down whilst using the mushroom even off the track. So you can kind of cut corners with them. You can get strategic. Oh. So somehow Toby managed to come 2nd there. Wow, so...
It was a good 6 seconds from Jack finishing to Toby finishing now. And then at least 6, maybe 7 hours before Bridie finished the race.
It seems so. And we've got our first of 4 games points in. Yeah, so Jack is currently first. Impressive. I do like this course, I have to admit. It's a fun little course. It looks a bit like San Francisco when it gets going. You've got trams and stuff like that.
Let's go!
And it looks a bit like, yeah, Bridie's cut through to second this time. No, third. It's very close between Jack and Bridie in these early stages. Bridie seems to have taken first for now.
And she got a quid.
Yep. These coins, by the way, obviously you can see how many coins the player has in the bottom left of their respective screens.
As Dan just came flying past Toby then. I was just about to say, everyone's at like top 3, apart from Dan, who was down in 6th, but as I say that, he came flying past Toby, and now Toby's nestled down in 5th place.
It's so hard to keep up with it, isn't it? Because it's just constantly changing. And now Bridie's dropped and Jack's in first place. Obviously, if Jack wins this as well, then he's in a very good position to win the entire group, you'd think.
That's unless he gets absolutely stomped.
Oh, absolutely,
He hasn't actually got too much ground on Dan in 5th, so he's just been inked, so that could damage him.
Could definitely cause some problems, but
so being
so
inked, does that actually does that impact on the way that your car drives, or that?
No, it's purely visibility. So as long as you're, say, on the straight, then it shouldn't be that much of an issue. It's if you're doing a really intricate bit, say on Rainbow Road, when you're turning that corner and you get inked just at the wrong moment. Believe me, that's happened to me before. That's when it becomes a pain.
Toby's just going to blow himself up, and he did!
Spectacular. Oh, and he failed to make the jump there as well.
An absolute excellent display of how not to play Mario Kart from Tobbs here.
Yep, it's truly impressive.
And Bridie just smashed Jack to take the lead.
First, second and third.
Confidence there from Bridie.
I can't really call this at this stage, to be honest. It's so tight in the first 3.
I can comfortably say it is Mario Kart.
Yep, this is definitely Mario Kart,
but played badly.
Wow, so Dan's just got probably the best item in the game there, the Infinity item, or I think it's actually just called the 8 items or something like that.
Is that what is that like having all the things?
Yeah, it's basically whichever is the most in front of him when he presses item use button, he'll use it. So it can cause chaos. Like if you press them all together all at once, you become invincible. You're throwing the bombs, you're throwing the green shells, you're throwing the red shells. It just causes chaos. But the problem is if you throw your bomb when you don't mean to, you can end up destroying yourself.
Like Toby did.
Yes, exactly. So it can be a little bit dangerous sometimes. And Toby does have the bullet bill, which is a good way of trying to get back into contention a little bit. He's got into 7th. Meanwhile, it's still first, second, third for the others.
Jack is not too far behind Dan, and Bridie's not too far behind Jack, and Tobbs is miles away. And now Jack's obviously in the lead, and as soon as I say that, gets absolutely trashed, and Bridie and Dan are fighting for the first 2 places.
Bits of red shell coming after Dan, but he's still got one.
Bridie's getting squinting.
He's using it.
Drama at the finish.
Oh, that was tense. I knew that Dan's red shell there would factor into it as well, but in the end it was Jack that managed to sort of weasel his way into first. Wow. And so we got Jack Waluigi, 30 points.
Overall,
it's actually so far Toby's got 1 more point over Bridie. Wow, so Jack's got perfect points here. He's got 2 out of 2 firsts. But let's continue. Even between first and second, there's a lot to play for. Obviously, you want to be playing against the worst person in the other group.
But judging by the performances so far, I think it's going to be safe to say that there's going to be a lot of worst persons in each group.
It seems so. I mean, the very worst persons just aren't really going to be getting any further. 4 races here. I'm not looking at anyone in particular.
I mean,
who knows?
Toby has been the most consistent player so far. He's
absolutely. I mean,
Bridie gets smashed twice by Toby shells then.
I mean, I'm being unfair to Toby actually because Toby is ahead of Bridie. He's not last here in the full competition, so and I can't but feel like this is a slightly dangerous race course.
being in an airport, basically. What's that, Dan? It's if anyone's in that vicinity of the shockwave, then they'll be hurt, basically. But it is the only item in the game that can defend a blue shell. The blue shell homes into the person in first place, and you can be firing it from last place, and it will home into the person in first place and knock them out.
So will it continuously go until it hits the first place person?
Yeah, it will actually. It's sort of on the ground the whole way as well, so it will knock through anyone on the way as well. But it's actually homing into first person. You can't dodge that blue shell unless you've got that item. They don't have it in the form.
Just to confirm, did Bridie say "eat my ass, Bowser"? Then
I think
that's not necessarily the point of the race, but I mean, however you get yourself into pole position.
Absolutely, yeah. And as you can see, Mario Kart does bring out the worst in everyone.
Toby's doing well. I mean, bottom half of the table.
Yeah, I mean, he's not last. He's not last. But so far, I mean, Dan's cruising in first at the moment, it looks like. I can see Dan in Jack's screen, and he's got a green shell. Oh, blue shell's coming to Dan now. This is what I was on about.
Oh!
And is Jack going to overtake him? Not quite.
So we got onto the final lap.
Green shell hit from Jack right there.
And Jack takes first place again.
Oh, there's some computer players actually fighting first as well there, but that was a well-aimed green shot from Jack. I'll be credit where credit's due, because they're not easy. They're not homing like that.
Bridie smashes whoever was in fourth place just as Bowser goes whee! And it's those. That's where I think that's that jump.
Yeah, that little bit's close to the spot. Oh, I'm just watching Toby now, and he's not made that corner.
Or any corner.
Oh, any corner ever. So on lap 3 of 3. In fact, as Toby sort of dips into 11th, I think that may be the lowest.
Dan and Jack are in collusion here. Surely they should be reported for some sort of match fixing.
Absolutely, I think so. Oh, Dan Scott, if he used well.
Oh, he's not even attacked him. He's left him to finish, taking the cheaters way out of the game, and both have been disqualified from the group.
I did not expect this to happen, I'll be honest. This is chaos right now, and the adjudicators are looking down the clipboard, scratching their head as to whether this is allowed or not, but there are no rules against that. I mean, it's technically still possible as we go into the fourth race that Bridie could clinch second place overall.
Dan would need to get absolutely mullered.
He would. He would basically need to come.
And Bridie would need to pretty much finish guaranteed first place.
Yeah.
4 players, 1 game to decide it all. A man with a deep voice, and we're going.
Movie guy. The action movie guy, not to be confused with the family-friendly guy. Family-friendly movie guy. Okay, Dan
means business, but then he gets trashed by both Jack and Bridie, and Jack takes the lead, but quickly gives it back up to Dan, who just acts like nothing happened.
I'm not going to say this is a super difficult track, but there are sort of places where you can fall off. So, if I were Bridie or Toby right now, I'd be trying to knock Dan off wherever possible.
Dan's just flying away. And gets just trashed. Oh, and again!
And again, I mean, can we push Dan back here is what I'm thinking.
As Bridie gets squinked.
Dan does have a piranha plant, which helps a little bit, gives him a bit of a speed boost as well.
Is that? Interesting. I thought it was just
every time he attacks, just boosts him a little bit.
Toby in second place, something wrong with his controller there. There we are, that is the Toby we know and love.
Oh, and a blue shell's coming, so who's in first place? Jack. He's going to get hurt in a minute.
Smash! And there we go, the blue shell takes him out, which means that Bridie's just 1 spot off first now.
Actually, seems to be...
Whereas the pressure seems to be getting to Dan. He's even 2 places behind Toby, which is unthinkable.
I know, I mean, that embarrassment would be enough to just make me give up.
But then again, Toby is in the game, so now Dan is only 1 place and has taken Toby's place, as you'd expect.
Somehow Toby managed to use mushrooms to hit every single barrier and yet still keep ahead of Dan there.
Toby's in 3rd place. 4th place, Jack's in 3rd place. Bridie's going
still
for the pole position, but with Dan only being 2 places behind, she needs some sort of divine intervention.
Absolutely. If I were Bridie right now, I'd be wanting to get items that can sort of hurt people behind, really, like bananas.
That's what she said.
Yeah, hey. She talked about Bowser and Asses earlier, but we're going to further with that.
I don't believe Bridie did what she wanted to do at that point in time, whereas Dan's just been hit by a red shell, drops down to 6, but Toby was in 6, so Dan quickly gets back in.
It is a battle between Toby and Dan right now. They're both chosen different lanes at this point, which should be exactly the same in terms of speed, but it's Mario Kart, so fairness isn't really always a factor.
And
You get your little shit.
Oh, I think this will be enough for Dan. He's in 4th.
Dan's in 3rd now.
In 2nd. Oh, yep. Unless something drastic goes wrong for Dan in these closing moments.
And there we go!
Jack just lost out on the perfect there, but
Okay.
2 firsts and a 2nd for Jack there. 57 points in total. So, Jack goes through and Dan goes through. Here are the final rankings. Bridie got 28 points in 3rd, and Toby, as Mario, 25 points 4th. So congratulations to Jack and Dan. They'll be facing the top 2 players of Group B.
So there you have it. That is Group A. And what an exciting group. I mean, I say exciting. It was exciting for Jack.
It
not
was.
for the other players. So let's just have a look at the tables once again to refresh your memory. So Jack with an almost perfect clean sweep, just dropping 3 points by not finishing first place in the last place. Dan also travels through to the knockout stages with him, while Bridie and Toby are out already. 1 video, 1 appearance, and that's it. Goodbye. So if you want to see Group B, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, as Luke's already mentioned earlier in the video. If you subscribe, to make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss the next video when we go live.
Other than that, I guess it's adios from us, and see us next time.
You mean
Ciao. Ciao. Goodbye.